So today we'll be looking at a major issue in Genshin. It's actually been going on since the game came out. It's how free-to-play or low-spending players are not able to access the exclusive content. By that I mean the 5-star weapons and characters. Now today we'll be focusing more on the low-spending players. So the plan that I'll be putting together in this video actually will cost about $15 USD or $20 Canadian, depending on where you are on the American server. And with an efficient use of that 15 USD or 20 Canadian dollars on a monthly basis, we'll be able to turn the Primogems that you would get if, let's say, you just bought them directly from the Crystal top-up page, and we'll then be able to turn them into a bigger return. The only trade-off being that you will have to save over time, but as a free-to-play or low-spending player, we're probably doing that to begin with, so it's not too much of an issue. Now, the first of the 4 tips that we'll be going over today will be the daily commission. So as we all know, we do get some Primogems, so 60 in total per day from the daily commissions. So if we do that every day for 30 days, what that gives us is 1,800 Primogems on a monthly basis. So that's free Primos just every month that we'll be getting just for logging in for a few minutes, since you can quickly run through the dailies as soon as you log in. Now we'll be moving on to the second tip, and this will actually be the first one where we have to spend a little. So what we'll be spending on is the Blessing of the Welkin Moon, which is $5 USD or $7 Canadian on a monthly basis. So what that does is it gives you the 300 gems. So that's actually the full value that you would get from the regular crystal top up. So right off the bat, you're making your money back, or you're breaking even with the regular shop. And then the daily gift of 90 Primogems on a daily basis totals 2,700. So assuming you log in every day, you'll be getting 3,000 Primogems, which equates to the $50 USD pack or the $70 Canadian dollar pack. So right there, just by logging in on a daily basis and making sure that you have the Blessing of the Welkin Moon on at all times. So as we can see here on the top right, I have mine at 55 days remaining. So you can buy it several months in advance, the limit being 180 days, so 6 months if you don't really want to be doing it all that often. But with that, you're bringing your value from $5 to $7 to $50 to $70, depending on your region. Moving on, the next tip will focus more on how to spend the primos as opposed to actually generating more. So since we're getting 60 gems a day from the dailies, 90 a day from the Blessing of the Welkin Moon, that actually totals 4,500 primo gems that we're getting on a monthly basis. And on top of the 300 gems that we'll be getting as well, that'll be 4,800 Primogems that we get on a monthly basis for a total of $5 USD or 7 Canadian. Now, if we look at the latest video that I posted, we'll be able to see that in my rolling video, I was able to have or gather 97 rows on the limited banner. So how I was able to do that in a completely low spending way is actually by implementing this strategy. So by getting the Blessing of the Welkin Moon on a daily basis, as well as the daily commissions that I was never spending. So by never spending, I mean you're just hoarding all of the primos. What I prefer to do is actually convert them into limited rolls as I get 160 at a time to even prevent any wanting to do resin refreshes. The reason we're actually avoiding doing the resin refreshes is actually because if you just do the 50 on a daily basis, it actually equates to 1,500 Primogems on a monthly basis, so every 30 days. And that's actually a 10 roll that you're throwing away, and also nearly the entire value that you are getting from your daily commissions. So, considering that by following these quick couple of tips, we'll be able to gather 4,800 Primogems on a monthly basis for $5 USD or $7 Canadian, depending on where you are. This equates to exactly 30 rolls on either banner. Now, 30 rolls doesn't exactly guarantee you a 5-star on every month, but given how Gacha games and Genshin in this case is laid out, you will not be able to access all the exclusive content without spending a lot of money. So the only way around that is by 1, hoarding the currency, and 2, optimizing the little spending that you do want to do. So with this $5 or $7 a month, you can save for a couple of months if that's what it takes. So after a couple of months, you have 60, and then after 3, you'll have a guaranteed 5-star. So that way you can wait, let's say, a future banner. So in a couple of banners from now, Zhao's coming out. It's going to be a really popular character. If you're looking to save for that, then you would have to start saving essentially now or very soon to be able to have enough Primogems to try to get the character. And the next tip is also not one about optimizing your Primogem use, but it's actually getting the Battle Pass. So the reason why is that right off the bat, if you just look at level 50, so completing the Battle Pass, which is fairly easy to do, you get 680 Primogems and 9 rolls, so 5 on the perma banner and 4 on the limited. So right there, the 680 Primo Gems and the 1440 that it would take to buy 9 rolls, you already are recuperating the full value of the Battle Pass. And on top of that, of course, you get your choice of one of the Battle Pass weapons, which are all very good, except for one of them, in my opinion. And you are also getting all of the materials, so whether it be the level up books, the character XP, the weapon XP, the Mora, you're getting a bunch of surplus on top of already recuperating your value. So, with all that being said, the only thing that is remotely connected to these tips that I would definitely not do is the Gnostic course, which is the second part of the Battle Pass for an additional price. It gives you the 10 extra levels and a couple of other small perks. Those are really not worth the price. So, the level 1 Gnostic Hymn Battle Pass is more than enough. It includes the primos, the rolls, the enhancement ores and all that, and the weapon itself. All those are included in the level 1. So just to quickly sum up, there is no magical way of really getting your hands on all the 5 stars without spending a lot of money. So the only thing that lower spending players or free-to-play players can do is optimize the amount of currency they can get their hands on. With the tips that I laid out throughout the video, you can get your hands on quite a bit of currency, which is really good through the blessing, the dailies, and the battle pass. They all generate a lot of value. So for about $15 US or $20 Canadian, you can have quite a good experience playing the game. So for a very low budget, you will be able to get your hands on a few 5 stars here and there. Maybe not every single one that you want, but like I said before, it's impossible to hope for all the 5 stars without spending hundreds of dollars. That's why you see a lot of the whale accounts out there, which are worth 5, 10, $15,000. That's what it costs to get all the characters. So I think the lesser of two evils is really spending 15 or 20, depending on your region, and still having a very good experience. And that's about it for the spending tips. That's how I was able to accumulate all the rolls for my limited banner in the previous video. So hopefully this helps out.